Welcome back. Now we're going to work with Schedule B to the final accounting. The materials you need are Schedule B. To prepare Schedule B is the final accounting form. This is a progressive document, so you simply need to have that final accounting that you finished Schedule A of in order to complete Schedule B. And you need the spreadsheet as well. And you follow along with me, filling in the blanks as I move along. So retrieve that and open that spreadsheet. Open that blank final accounting document that you've worked on already. As you watch, you're going to complete Schedule B. The inventory is not as critical. It's not critical at all in terms of the Schedule B that we're about to prepare together. And that's because the inventory doesn't include any kind of disbursements. Alright? And hopefully I won't mix up the words disbursement and distribution. They're two separate things on the final accounting. So if I'll try to be clear, try not to say the wrong word. Like I said though, the inventory is a starting document that explains the assets of the estate upon the time of administration, the time the administration begins. The final accounting covers the period from the inventory through the date of the final accounting. The purpose of Schedule B is to reflect the items paid out during the accounting. Alright, so think of paid out as, when you pay your rent, you're paying items out. When you pay a bill to, for a medical expense, you're paying an item out. And it is administrative type, or it's not disbursements, even though if you disperse something, it's a payment. That would not be scheduled on Schedule B. We'll do the disbursement schedule later. Alright, so Schedule B is for items paid out during the accounting period. Once again, we refer to Chapter 738 of the Florida Statutes, the Principal and Income Act. However, I will be giving you the answers to that part of the thought process in this accounting. Okay. Again, we're going to use the spreadsheet to help us identify what would be treated as disbursements. Again, not distributions. And that should be a clue right here that this section of this spreadsheet is of no relevance at all in Schedule B. Now, if you look at this list of items described in the estate checking account, try to think now about which ones you think would be considered disbursements, items paid out since the administration began. I'll give you a minute to think about that. Alright, let's see if you're right. Well, look at that. Here is a claim paid to Manatee Memorial Hospital. Maybe last expenses of her last illness. Here is a claim paid to EPG of Manatee. It says claim paid. Here is another one, Bradenton Pulmonary Consultants and Lincare. These are the amounts paid to each of those creditors. Notice that it says claim paid, so the estate checking account, the person keeping track of that, which might be you if you're working in estates and trusts, needs to be very descriptive in the checking account ledger of what activity was taking place when you wrote that check. Alright? So out goes this amount of $4,139 to Manatee Memorial. Out goes $48.12 to EPG of Manatee. Out goes $186.27 to Bradenton Pulmonary. Out goes $102.80 to Lincare. These are all Schedule B disbursements. So, this is simple. You list the disbursements as entries in the Schedule B. Once again, you're going to use the exact same dating that you used in Schedule A. You'll be consistent throughout this document and use the same dating. I told you to put the date of your inventory and type in the date you're preparing this final accounting. So on Schedule B, which reflects disbursements, you put the date of the disbursements. Since the account register does not, the ledger, the spreadsheet I showed you earlier does not show dates, just use X's if you wish, or you can make up dates as long as they're within the accounting period that's here. Brief description of the items. Well, I just typed exactly what was in that ledger, the spreadsheet of the checking account. This claim was paid, this claim was paid, this claim was paid, and this claim was paid. Remember, the person looking at the final accounting may not even see the ledger from your checking account, and so you want to make this as descriptive as possible so they know what you're doing. All of these transactions, these disbursements that is, affect the principal of the estate pursuant to the Uniform Principal and Interest Act. And each one, therefore, will be entered here under the principal column and then totaled. The income is not affected by these disbursements. Therefore, everything is zero and the total is zero. Give you a minute to look at that. And just pick up that spreadsheet if you have it in front of you and look at the similarities. Just taking one from one document and putting it into the other. So here you go. You have finished Schedule B. Save your document so you don't lose it, all your hard work, and open the next presentation, which concerns the preparation of Schedule C, and continue to add to, as you pick that up, continue to add to it. The document as a whole is a progressive document. After everything is completed, you're going to